Hey, thanks for tuning in. Dr. Paul Reed here. I want to share with you how I went from a single office doc, struggling, stressed out, grinding, hustling to maintain my high attraction, conversion, retention, to having 5 clinics, generating nearly $5 million in annual revenue, creating freedom and opportunity in my life. But whatever you do, do not leave this video, because at the end, I'm going to show you an exact step-by-step process that I created to enable me to do this exact thing. But hey, don't just take my word for it. There have been multiple others that have followed this exact process and are scaling and growing their practice the same. Check this out. You've empowered us to love and serve over 45,000 souls in 2024. To be one of the best, I choose to train with one of the best. Dr. Nick says, Dr. Paul has been a godsend. I've never had a mentor that had that kind of heart without some sort of motive. Dr. Matt, second highest collection week ever in practice. Second highest week collection ever in his practice. Dr. Wes served over 300. He's actually added an associate and is crushing every practice record, PV, revenues, collections, etc. this last year. Dr. AJ celebrating a 40% increase, 24 over 23. 40% increase on a practice that is established for 8 years. That is huge. Dr. Clayton had his best 3-week stretch in 20 years of practice. And last page, Dr. Rob had his highest, largest month, production, collection, and new patients in his career of over 20 years. And Dr. Anthony, first weekend, 7 new patients, 7 starts, 2 reported findings, 3 folks re-signing into wellness. That's just a little bit of example of what you get when you join the Unstoppable Chiro. But listen, before we go into any of the training and the things that I did to build my offices in life, I want you to know I'm not just somebody that helps chiropractors. I want to take a couple seconds here and really tell you my story. Many of you know me, but a lot of you don't know me. Who's Paul? So I'm going to tell you, I am not your typical entrepreneur. I am not somebody that crashed and burned, had a failure to success, a rags to riches. I cheated on my wife, became an alcoholic. I filed for bankruptcy. All the things that you hear so many influencers online talk about. Like they had this terrible story, this terrible event that happened in their life, and then they recovered and built what they have. You know, I was blessed early in my life first to meet my wife at a young age, to accept God into my heart at a young age, and surround myself unknowingly with people that helped me chart a course early in life, helped me build the disciplines, the habits, the rhythms, the routines, the priorities that shortened my learning curve, that accelerated my success, and helped me avoid all those things that so many people have avoided. So maybe I'm a little bit of an outlier, but I think being open-minded, being open-hearted, and allowing those people into my life really helped me avoid the crash and burn. So where did it all begin? My first adjustment when I was 13 years old, what I call one of my moments of impact in my life. It connected what I believe to know now as man the physical with man the spiritual. And that new spark was born. I didn't know what it was, but I knew I wanted to do it. Yes, God inspired me to become a chiropractor at 13 years old without understanding what it was, what to do, what it took to become one. See, the son of a teacher and a dental assistant, but a child of God, had a mission, but multiple obstacles were there. Obstacle 1, school. I did not love it. It was hard and I struggled, but I prevailed. Obstacle number 2, the resources to open a business. I believe where there's a will, there's a way. Let your desire drive opportunity. Obstacle number 3, the how, opening and running a business. Trial, error, failure, stress, worry, fear, grinding, mentorship, all the things became familiar with. But I held my line knowing what I was in my heart, and in time I would find the way. And obstacle number 4, probably the biggest obstacle of an entrepreneur, health and family. Late nights, early mornings, lots of heavy bag, frustration, and prayer. But that's how the Unstoppable Success Formula was born. Yes, this process moved me through, not around, through the daily grind of business and becoming the CEO of my enterprises. I went from 1 office to 5 in multiple other businesses doing multiple millions in revenues annually. I was able to diversify my assets, creating more revenue opportunities and the freedom in my life to buy back my time. Hey, now that you know a little bit about Paul, who's Paul is, how I created this life that I have, I want to go to my whiteboard and I'm going to show you step by step the things that I did in a process in order to create the life and businesses that I have. All right, guys. So here is my whiteboard step-by-step process to becoming an unstoppable chiro, right? First and foremost, what do we have to have? You have to have a vision, right? First and foremost, is you need to have vision. So many doctors that I talk to on the regular when I'm doing discovery calls have no idea where they want to go. So if you have no idea where you want to go, you're not going to be able to create the path to get there. So first and foremost, where there's no vision, what's the Bible say? My people will perish. You have to have your vision first. And most importantly, of that vision, you got to create clarity, right? As Tom Cruise says in A Few Good Men, crystal clear clarity on your vision is going to accelerate your to-dos, right? It's going to bring, what I say when the vision is clear, the mechanism will appear. You have to have crystal clear vision on who you are and where you want to go in business. And secondly, fuzzy targets, right? Fuzzy targets don't get hit. So if I have an idea but not clarity, right, you're gonna struggle. You're gonna be day in and day out getting up and not knowing exactly where you need to move to create the action steps to get you there. And you're gonna struggle. You're gonna be on a cycle of I'm repeatedly doing the same things. It's a new year, but unless you're doing new things, you're not gonna get new outcomes. All right. So that's the first thing is your vision. Second thing is mindset. You have to develop the right mindset. Everything in this world happens twice. First in your mind, right? Then in reality. And your mind knows no difference between dress rehearsal and reality. So you have to be playing that reel of the things that you want to attract in your life, in your business, in your mind first. So second thing is to develop the right mindset, right? And then with the right mindset, right, you need to forge grit. Part of your mindset developing is doing hard things regularly to develop that part of the brain that will, quote unquote, like I like to say, embrace the suck. Doing the things that get uncomfortable, right? The obstacle in the way. We don't want to avoid that obstacle. You need to learn to work through that obstacle. And through working through that obstacle, you will learn lessons. And when you learn those lessons, it's your job to leverage those lessons to grow in the future. So the second thing is developing the right mindset and doing things daily. They're going to forge a tough, gritty mindset. All right. Third is discipline and habits. Hear me now. All freedom in life, business freedom, relationship freedom, financial freedom, health freedom, whatever you want to categorize, to do the habits, the rhythms, the processes necessary to create the outcomes that you want. It's going to be slow to get there. And so developing discipline in your life, right? We need to train, right? You as a chiropractor, right? You are a nervous system doctor. So you train your nervous system to the outcomes that you want through your disciplines. No different than the regular adjustment to your practice members is reprogramming and resetting the nervous system. Your disciplines and your habits are setting your nervous system. And so you doing the things you need to do, the habits, the rhythms, the disciplines to drive success is important. And hear this, success is boring. It is fun when you get there, but the process of success is doing the things that we know that work. They're going to drive those outcomes day in and day out. So discipline, programming your nervous system to drive the outcomes that you want in life. Fourth is systems and process. How was I able to run 8 businesses at one time? So you hear a lot of entrepreneurs say, oh, I have a 7-figure business. You have one 7-figure business. I had up to 8 businesses at one time that I was juggling and managing and communicating. And the only way I was able to do that is through systems and process. If I didn't have systems or processes for my 5 clinics, right? Things that reproducible and reportable to me, right? Having the right KPIs that I could know what levers I needed to pull to strengthen a specific category within that clinic or my coffee shop or my property development, I wouldn't be able to do it. So you have to create a system and a process for all things. So if you haven't made the time to establish a system and process for your business, you're going to struggle. You're going to accelerate some success and then you're going to plateau and regress because you don't have the system or process in place. And so systems and process are important. Macro, big ones, all the way down to the micro. How does somebody open the mail, right? Something that small is important to your success. Then having the KPIs. Again, I already touched on it, but you have to have KPIs. I talk to doctors on the daily. Did you not use KPIs to manage their practice success? And with those KPIs, you should be implementing actions. And then after those actions, you should have what I call after action return and reports. Did that specific action work for that specific thing? And if not, I need to find a different way. So that is the fourth thing. And last and foremost is a team. You have to have a team. If you truly want to scale, to create more impact, to touch more lives, we'll say save more lives, right? Chiropractic is saving lives. If you want to expand, you have to have a right team because you can only do so many things. It's limitations of time and matter. It's one of our chiropractic principles. You can only bend over and touch so many lives at one time. So if you truly want to expand and scale and grow, you have to have the right team to duplicate yourself and then delegate responsibilities to others to help you expand and grow and reach and touch more lives. So this is an overline of an unstoppable chiro success formula. The 5 things, there's obviously multiple layers in there, but this is the 30,000 foot view of the things you need to do to take your life and practice to the next level. Okay, guys, you're left with a decision right now. The way I see it, there are 2 options. Option A, stop this video, go get to work. Implement these strategies I just covered with you on your own, and you'll probably be able to do it. Or B, you could get our help with it. I'll tell you, 9 out of 10 people choose option A, never take the necessary action to get it done. They have no idea how to do it. And because it's really freaking hard to create the process, you need a mentor to support you through it. And that's exactly what we do inside of the Unstoppable Chiro. We've already paid the dummy tax for you. We'll shorten the learning curve and accelerate your success in all areas of his life. But this offer is not for anyone. I'm talking to those who are truly ready to create their best life and business, digging in, getting dirty, and doing the work, not only in your business, but in yourself. Knowing that it's possible to create a 7-figure business or multiple, doing and not taking 5 or 6 years to do it. I'm talking to those of you who are ready to feel the burn, make an impact in your life and community, and become unstoppable. I've mentored hundreds of doctors over the years, and I'm ready to put together the craziest group of doctors and outliers, misfits who believe they can. We already have over 60 docs in there crushing their previous year's numbers and getting insane results. The program is called the Unstoppable Chiro. If you haven't realized it yet by now, in your career, creating an unstoppable autopilot business is really freaking hard and lonely. But what if I could help you solve a few of the hardest problems in creating this? The systems for acquisition, conversion, and retention. Then what if I could show you the recipe to duplicate this and expand, creating even more impact and freedom in your life? What would that do for you? It would change everything. There's only one way to do it right though. And trust me, I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, trial and error over the years to find this path. But I want to let you know what an Unstoppable Chiro is not. It's not a done-for-you program. It's not a do-it-yourself program. We're right there in the middle. We're walking alongside you while doing it together. We literally pull back the curtain and show you everything I did to create an unstoppable life and business. All right, champion, let's talk about exactly what you're going to get on top of the Unstoppable Chiro to help you take your life and business to the next level. First and foremost, we're going to do an onboarding battle plan call where we look at the assets and liabilities that you have in your life to help you accelerate your growth from point A to point B in as short amount of time as possible. We have a weekly coaching call that we're going to do every week. And those are live, but if you're not there, we drop them into the private Facebook group for you to review. A weekly strategy success email from me, right? And outline action steps each and every week for you to take to continue your progress and growth in all foundations of your life. We have a private Facebook group, again, that I mentioned, that all of our content and regular communication is happening between its members and myself that you have access to. We have a private chat group for fun, for engagement, for accountability that people, our docs are contributing to on a weekly basis. And then you have, of course, access to my membership site, which outlines all the systems and process and mindsets and habits and disciplines that you need to do. Let's take a quick view through that right now. We have our Genesis sections, right? Where it's a new beginning. We're creating the right mindset. I go through the introduction, our rules, our expectations. We have our Awaken section, our paradigm. We have paradigm, and then we have paradigm 2, where we're really changing the paradigm of your practice member, moving them from a pain-based practice member to a wellness practice member. So you can see all the lessons in there. There's 16 lessons in there. Paradigm 2, there's 8 lessons. Life happens, right? Things are going to happen in your life. So part of the personal development plan, going through your life happens. Ethos. What does the ethos need to look like for you to succeed? Office processes, all of my systems and processes that I used across my 5 clinics to grow and sustain and have a high attraction, conversion, and retention. right? And then I share my previous ChiroFest experiences where we have 20 speakers, each of these leaders. We have 22, 23, and 2024 in there for you to review. 20 of our thought leaders, movers, and shakers throughout the industry to help you become the best version of you, the best chiropractor, the best human to create the most impact in your life and business. So that's everything inside of the Unstoppable Chiro program. I'm excited to serve you towards your next best. What is next, right? You need to click the link below, whether it's below this video or on my page, to schedule a call. But hear me first. Please don't schedule this call unless you're truly ready to change your life and practice. I don't need you to waste my time or one of my team members' time, or your time for that matter. Time is our only limited resource in this world, and I treasure my time. And so please, if you're truly ready to grow to the next level and become the best version of yourself to create the most impact in your life and business, hit the link and let's help you become unstoppable. As I like to say, make today better than yesterday.